Hello YouTube world, this is Keith from the No Whine Cellar. Just wanted to give a gym tour. I have not had a chance to put one of these up. It's been on my to-do list for an extremely long time. I just, it's nerve-wracking talking behind the camera, and I imagine even more so in front of the camera. Well, this is my approximately 700 square foot basement gym in Rochester, New York. We get to have basements over here, unlike some of you unlucky guys out there. So it's a lot to go through. I guess my favorite piece right here is my competition bench, made by state-of-the-art welding, SOTA or SOTA. This was competition specs. It's 17 inches with face savers and a spotter deck and adjustable arms and everything. So it's definitely my favorite piece in the whole gym. If I had to pick one, then I have got the monster squat stand. What is that? The RM1? Nope. The Rogue SM1 with spotter arms. That was an upgrade, a slight upgrade from my original rack, which was the SML1, which I still have. It's just got kind of pushed over to the corner as the secondary rack. So the Rogue Monster squat stand is my daily driver, and then the Monster Light is the secondary rack. I train with a bunch of friends, have fellow powerlifters over here periodically, and it's always nice to have multiple racks. So I've got those two the squat stands, and then I've got a full power rack over here. This is the very not super well made Titan T2. I've had this for years. It was one of my first pieces I got in the gym. It's actually a pretty decent way I added, you can see I added 4x4 blocks up here. So it keeps the thing in place. So when you're racking 500 pounds or something, the whole rack's not gonna lift up on you like it normally would. So that is one advice I can give someone if you're in a basement, is to try to add those for stability. Then I guess one of the main pieces would be my full dumbbell set. I've got vintage York round head dumbbells from all the way from a 0.5 pounds, 1 pound, 2, 3. I'm not going to bore you with all the sizes, but I do have all the increments all the way up to the big boys, all the way up to 100 pounds. And then I've got some York loadable dumbbells that if I need to go above 100 pounds. And we've got some York blobs, and people use those for grip training. We've got the number side of a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. I can't lift above the 70, so I ended up selling the 90 and 100 that I had a long time ago. So yeah, having a full dumbbell set is very enjoyable. Got two utility benches and one flat bench. The Rep 50, what is that one called? That is the Rep 5000 comp flat bench. I've had that for a few years, big fan of it. I don't personally have to bench in the squat rack myself, but maybe if I'm doing like an overloaded bench block and that I can't use my competition bench on because the spotter arms don't go high enough, I will bench in a rack like that. And then we have multiple lifters over. It's nice to have multiple benches because other people can bench out of the squat racks. Then I've got my OG bench that I've had for years, the Rep, Jesus, I'm really bad at this. Sorry guys, bear with me. I want to say that's the 3000. Yeah. So the AB 3000, the flat incline, decline bench. I've had that thing for years. It is more of the original model that had the slicker vinyl. All the new ones have the grippy stuff. I actually prefer the slicker a little bit better, personally. This one would allow you to do incline and decline, so obviously flat as well. And then the big bad bench is the Rogue Monster, just Rogue Adjustable Bench 2.0, I believe. Got a great deal on that used, so that was a nice upgrade to some other stuff I had in the past. Then we've got one of the few pieces of actual equipment that's not a barbell or a rack It's the Body Solid leg extension, leg curl machine, plate loadable. And it's I've gone through about 4 different iterations of some variation of a leg curl, leg extension machine, and this one so far has been the best out of the bunch. I wouldn't mind upgrading it to something even a little bit better, but I think this one retails for over 500, and I paid a margin of that for it. And for me, for something about this footprint, it would cost double or triple to get something I would consider an upgrade. So for now, that one does the trick. Got a treadmill that gets used not a whole bunch. Deadlift platform gets used regularly. I love that thing. Just same as everyone else's. You know, 2 layers of plywood, a nice layer of decorative or cabinet grade plywood on top, stall mats on the end. Put it all together, get a deadlift platform that'll last a lifetime. The Rogue deadlift jack, got a great deal on that. Love that thing, I've had it for years. Plate tree with a bunch of weights. A chalk stand, a dedicated chalk stand, not just a coffee can. So this was another thing that State of the Art built. Big fan of that, and it's, you know, I put all my stickers on it to show off all the companies I like to support. A couple foam rollers, homemade bench blocks. This is a Parabody lap pull down, plate loadable. I think I paid $100 for it like 5-6 years ago. It does the trick. It fits in my footprint. It allows me to do what I need to do with low rows and pull downs. Can't really complain. I have to put a little bit of anchor weight on it, or it'll get a little rickety when doing like any kind of standing press down, like a tricep extension or a tricep press down. The thing wants to get a little wobbly, so just throw a couple quarters on there. Whole bunch of weights. Hex bar, back to that. We've got the reverse hyper, the Rogue reverse hyper. Another thing I bought used and got a really good deal on. Not a whole lot of money invested in it. Takes up a huge footprint, but I've got this, well, I can't find anything else that would utilize the space better at this time, so we're gonna keep it. Elite FTS box squat stand, box squat box. Yeah, box squat box. I don't do a whole lot of box squats, but when I do, I obviously use that. It's adjustable, so it's better than just squatting to a bench at a predetermined height. I've got a whole set of power blocks, actually. I bought these during COVID when we closed the gym down for pretty much most of last year, and then when we did open it back up, I wasn't too keen on the idea of like sharing equipment, so I ended up getting a whole set of power blocks, pretty cheap on Craigslist or Marketplace, whichever. I pretty much bought everything down here off one of those two. And so now I more or less have 2 full sets of dumbbells, so no one has to share the same dumbbells at the same time if we don't need to. I've got some kettlebells, an ab roller, then a slam ball. And then we've got weights. Lots and lots of weights. I am a vintage York fan. I've got over 4,000 pounds of vintage York milled era plates, 28 pairs of 45s of just the milled ones. Then I've got 3 pairs of actual deep dish, which if any of you guys are familiar with deep dish plates, you know those are not cheap. And they are, wouldn't say rare, but they're just not cheap. Let's put it that way. I've got a good deal on all of them, so I haven't been hurt too bad in the price department. So I've got 5 different plate tree setups, yeah. Another one over here. Then we've got the deep dishes, so 3 pairs of your deep dish plates. So kind of dark down here. Don't have all the best lighting, but trust me, they are pretty sweet. Then the barbells. I have got a lot of barbells, and it's probably one of my favorite things. So we've got a Texas squat bar, a Texas deadlift bar, a Texas power bar, the Kabuki Duffalo bar, the Rogue Ohio power bar in stainless steel, the Elite FTS safety squat bar, SS yoke, if you will. I've got a hex bar that my buddy actually lent me when I hurt my back last year, so I could actually still use that for deadlifts when my back's hurting. I've got this was probably one of the best deals I ever got on an Amazon thing, was the Valor Fitness Swiss bar. I don't think it's available anymore, currently at least. It only weighs 25 pounds. It's not the best bar, but for me, having the ability to do a neutral grip bench to supplement all the regular bench pressing I do has been pretty awesome. Got a 15-pound Rep Fitness aluminum training bar for anyone that can't lift the 45-pound bar, or anyone, you know, recovering from a surgery or something like that. And over here, I've got another Ohio power bar up in the ceiling, and then the Ohio bar for anyone that likes more of a passive knurling bar with no sensor knurl. Then everyone on, you know, the gym pages as of late has been blowing up on these storage fucking things that I can't think of what they're called right now. The pegboard things off Amazon. So I think they're awesome. I'm a big fan of them. My favorite utilization of it is literally for stinky knee sleeves and elbow sleeves. I'm someone that competes in powerlifting, and I'm not the spring chicken, so any joint that I can put neoprene on, I will jump on that. And got a couple different sizes of, you know, elbows and knees and whatnot. So definitely come in handy to air out the stinky neoprene sleeves. Some hand sanitizer stations throughout, and some cleaning stations throughout for all you dirty people that don't clean up after yourself. Please do. So paper towels and Lysol. Paper towels and Lysol. Can't really get much more simpler than that. Got a chin-up bar, pull-up bar, then got the one obviously attached to the squat rack. This is one of my pretty neat tricks I got off someone on Facebook probably. Put a little piece of PVC around the spotter arm, since this is the Gen 1, that it doesn't have the pin and pipe part. It's literally just the pin. So I made my own pipe just out of some furniture grade PVC it is, and I was actually able to get it colored, or I bought a piece of orange and cut it to fit, and you know, it kind of goes with the gym logo. A couple more bars I forgot about. I've got 2 separate York Olympic bars. They're not the power bars or anything, so they're nothing special. One might have a little bend in it already, so I've used that for rack pulls, and the other one is just kind of a beater bar. Do have a set of bumper plates that don't get used a whole bunch. Pretty much only if we have like someone doing a secondary deadlift that we, you know, the platform's full and another person wants to deadlift with like a different bar, then I'd like people to use bumper plates on the stall mats. Speaking of stall mats, Tractor Supply stall mats, pretty much like most people have. I've got 16, I think, of the diamond plate style, and then one of this. I got some new space recently and wanted to put another stall mat in, and it stuck because I couldn't find any of the diamond plate pattern ones, so I bought one of just this regular smoother top, and you know, eventually I hope to find some more diamond plates to keep expanding the gym floor. Anywhere where there's not diamond plate flooring, I just have, you know, puzzle mats, but that's cool because it's I'd rather have black puzzle mats than the blue concrete that's underneath of it. That is, I think, about it. I guess got lots of bands. My wife and I have competed in powerlifting for years, so we got some, you know, trophies that medals that we've got at those over the years. A couple powerlifting, it's my wife's belt, and then I've got a nice plethora of belts over here. Got the Pioneer adjustable lever belt, a Pioneer cut belt, and then an old Enzer belt that was my first belt from years ago. Banners and flags. I'm a big banner and flag guy. USPA banner. This is the No Whine Cellar. If you missed that, that is the gym name. I coined that several years ago and just kind of stuck. Pioneer Powerlifting, a Rep Fitness, or nope, that's Fringe, sorry. Massonomics. If you don't get the Massonomics, you know, jokes, then I feel bad for you. You should go listen to a podcast. Texas Power Bars makes great stuff. Big fan of Buddy Caps and all he's done. You Do Not Curl on Me, another Massonomics. Some more Fringe Sports, lift heavy shit with dope people. 8-Man Strong banner. York Barbell Club banner. Everyone asked where I bought that, and I had to get it custom made because York doesn't really, the York of today isn't really the York of old, so you don't really get much. That is the F Your Commercial Gym banner by Frank Daddy. A strength built through ritual. Cleveland Browns fan. West Virginia Mountaineers. Born and raised in West Virginia. Got the leaderboard of all our myself and my friends who train here. Might not be the strongest, but we got some good people. And by not the strongest, I mean me. I'm the weakest one out of the bunch. And that is one of my probably my favorite non-gym equipment pieces. One of my friends who moved away had this made for me to kind of honor the time that she spent here with us and our lifting family we created. So I was pretty happy with that. Garage gym experiment, good guy. More another Pioneer thing. We got some Massonomics. Then a bunch of t-shirts from powerlifting meets back in the day. And then something I'm kind of something cool I'm pretty happy with is a bunch of pictures from over the years from my training partners and myself at like powerlifting meets and whatnot. So pretty much anything I could print off of line that was good picture quality would put them in magnetic sleeves and add them to the support post and all the ductwork in the basement. And that is the No Whine Cellar. Sorry for the rambling video. This will likely be a first draft that doesn't ever get seen by anybody, but if I do randomly throw this up, you know, feel free to laugh at me in the comments and tell me all the things I said wrong, and go over to Instagram and follow the No Whine Cellar. It's pretty much the No Whine Cellar. No spaces, no periods, no anything like that, just the words. So feel free to like, subscribe, share, all that, and we'll see you next time.